Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Melody Sheree Rogers, aka Money Making Mel, aka Mogul Making Mel, because a new interview has dropped with Ebony magazine, y'all, with Ebony, about 41 minutes ago at the time your girl is recording this video. So congrats to Mel, shout out to Mel. So it says the following, it says, why Melody Sheree left Love and Marriage Huntsville for her next chapter, Ebony exclusive by Delana Dixon. Shout out to her. I'm sure this is going to be an incredible article. It says the following. It says, Melody Sheree Rogers is saying goodbye to reality TV, but hello to a bigger purpose. From beauty brands to TV networks, here is how she is defining success on her own terms. Whenever you walk away from the lion's den, why would you go back to where the lions are? Wait, let me read that. Whenever you walk away from the lion's den, why would you go back to where the lions are? Make it make sense, you guys. With that statement, it is pretty clear that a return to Love and Marriage Huntsville is not in Melody Sheree Rogers' future. She dropped a bomb in January when she revealed that she was leaving the franchise after 9 seasons. Yes, she helped launch the series. Yes, her presence still has been greatly missed, but she's investing in something bigger. To protect my own emotional health, my own mental health, I don't allow myself to engage or be a part of a trauma that I am still healing from, she told Ebony exclusively. I do not watch the series. That still is very much a triggering piece for me because of a lot of what I went through on that show. Instead, Sheree is focusing her energy and joy on where it truly matters. She's an entrepreneurial goddess who has not one, not two, but several successful businesses that keep her booked and busy. She's also a social media darling with a hearty following and regularly shares her life, her businesses, and her level of nature, or not her level of nature, her love of nature. As a child, I've always done multiple things community-wise in school and every organization there was. 9 times out of 10, I was the president, she declared. I did pageants. I played the keyboard for my church. I sang and danced in the praise and worship team. I was not limited as a child to tap into all those areas in my life that I chose to explore. Thanking her higher power for the foundation to pursue her gifts as a child, Sheree carried that passion and commitment into adulthood. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 25. That is 15 years solely of working for myself, sustaining and making it work. She invited Ebony along for the ride, literally. She was in transit from a meeting to picking up her 4 beautiful children to share insights to what drives her business-savvy mindset. From running her own TV network, leveling up her 7th Avenue franchises, and mastering TikTok, here's how this Alabama gem gets business done. 7th Avenue Beauty is on fire. How and why did you start the company? I actually grew up on 7th Avenue. That's where I learned as a young girl the importance of skincare, healthcare, and body care. I also suffered from rosacea. Sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. My great-grandmother actually gave me some natural things to calm down the inflammatory patches on my body. I wanted to be able to help others who suffer from certain skin conditions, so I began to formulate products with a black female chemist. She literally is the 2% of the industry. We have different products that are natural, vegan, and paraben-free, formulated for us, by us, and here in the USA. We started working on the line in 2017. Remember Embrace, y'all? Remember Embrace? And launched in 2022. The magic of 7th Avenue Beauty lies in its creators, and it branches out into the 7th Avenue athletic wear line. We've become a one-stop beauty, fashion, and destination for whatever your needs are, whether it is looking for the perfect fit to wear out with your girls, or like what I'm doing right now, running and picking up the kids. What are some of the biggest challenges you face as an entrepreneur in beauty and in fashion? Understanding and accepting the power of the pivot. When you're an entrepreneur, you can't be stuck with what is just what you want it to look like or do. You have to be open to pivot whenever you need to, and the time calls for it, because we live in an evolving and ever-evolving, ever-changing world. That is one thing that has allowed me to work for myself since I was 25. I've never been afraid of a pivot. I've never allowed fear to outweigh my faith. Is there one specific pivot you've done with these businesses recently? Absolutely. I was recognized and I was the face of my brand on TikTok for Black History Month. I'll be honest with you, I was in no way interested in TikTok laughs, and now I have done millions in sales on TikTok. When I realized that TikTok Shop had grown so popular and was yielding sales, I had to get out of my way and say, okay, girl, you could keep selling on your website like you do. You have an 83% return customer rate over there. They're still going to come shop there, but you got to tap into what's happening right now. But that was the moment I did TikTok, and it wasn't easy, but I stuck with it and I continued to learn, educate myself, and figure it out. You know what else I did? I built a solid team around me with TikTok experience, which helped me become successful. You also launched your own TV network. When I decided to go into reality television, my mind was already thinking, how do I use this to create something bigger? Now I've got my own production company, Tilted Crowns Productions, and I am the first reality TV personality to also own a network, Nubian TV. Understanding and realizing that other people have a dream to be on television and expand their platforms and influence, I want to create ways that will allow me to do that, specifically for Black women like Sharnita's World. We're done filming season 2. It is in editing right now. It'll be dropping this fall. What are we going to see from you? I'm always creating and working. In terms of the Melody Sheree brand, I have new music that I'm dropping soon. I have a fragrance coming out in the next 2 months, and other innovative things that will continue to elevate us. My mission is that when women walk out of the house, they feel beautiful and confident. They're thinking, I know I look good today. I'm just continuing to walk in my purpose. How do you make it all work for yourself? Listen, I tell people all the time that I don't believe in balance because I feel that there's never an equal of anything. I believe in prioritizing. If my baby is sick today, forget business, I gotta go. That becomes my priority. If my babies are good, I may be grinding business-wise all day while they're at school. I also make sure that my children understand what I'm doing and they're a part of the process. Yes, they help me pack orders. Yes, they help me come up with ideas. Yes, they talk about what they want to do as it pertains to the business. It's being intentional and making sure they're involved and they understand for their future. We travel so that they get to see that when you put in hard work, dedication, and perseverance into something, you will reap the harvest. I make sure I use every second of my day to be productive as I can to continue to be a blessing to others. You are excited for your next chapter as you announced your exit from Love and Marriage Huntsville. What is your perspective on the decision now? I'm forever surprising me. I continue to witness what it looks like when it looks like to go, when God says go, and the blessings that come from that. A lot of times with the decisions I've made, I didn't know what the next step looked like. I didn't know what the future would hold or what it would yield. But in obedience, I understood the importance of trusting my own intuition and spiritual being, and I knew that God wasn't going to fail me. Exiting from Love and Marriage Huntsville has proven once again, like it did when I left my 13-year marriage, that when God says go, you go. People have said you are the heartbeat of Love and Marriage Huntsville, or the star of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and your presence is greatly missed. I'm humbled that people actually love me and love what I bring to the table enough to even miss it. I'm not surprised only because I know all that I put into it. You saw a television show that started airing in 2019, which we started filming in 2018, but that what you didn't see was that there were 3 years before that where I was being persistent and constantly reaching out to a producer to get a show in Huntsville, Alabama, 3 whole years of work before we even started filming. When you put your all into something and give it your best, whether you are there or not, your presence is going to be felt. I am excited to take my fans along the journey of what is next. Speaking of next, there was a rumor that you were dating Hill Harper. Stop it. No, never romantically involved. We are great friends and have discussed some business things together. I booked him for a Mimosa with Melody event and donated to his campaign as he was running for office. But no, Hill Harper and I are not a romantic couple. You'll turn 40 in November. Any big birthday plans? I don't have one birthday plan whatsoever. Somebody else asked me that recently. What are we doing for your 40th? You know what? I'm one of those people who loves to plan and celebrate other people's big days. I don't make mine big. We're going to have to tell your friends to plan a fun surprise for you and you just show up. I know. Oh gosh. How do you define rest and renewal? I just had a massage last night. I love reconnecting with nature. I stayed in a tree house in a very rural area, a very rural area for 2 days. There was nothing much there but woods. Just being there, just being able to have that sovereign time of peace and quietness and calmness was super important to me. I make sure to prioritize moments like that regularly. I believe in self-care. So, a couple of things. A great article, by the way. I can't believe there was a Hill Harper question in there, y'all. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So just some initial reaction, because that was my first time kind of, seeing the article and everything else as it just recently came out. It just sounds like Mel she's very far removed from the show. She's very far removed from the show, and honestly, you can tell that she's trying to build her brand. She's trying to expand on different things with the TV network and potentially other shows and other things she's got going on. She says she's got new music coming out. She's got a fragrance coming out, and she's got new things that she's going to, continue to expand with 7th Avenue Beauty. Instead of the Hill Harper question, they should have just asked if she was single. I feel like that would have been the more appropriate question. Mimosas was Mel. That was last year. But I understand. Mel has not talked about Love and Marriage Huntsville at all, you guys, right? At least, to the public, right? She's not talked about this show. So this technically is the first exclusive that she has given since her departure back in January, y'all. But nonetheless, you can tell that whatever happened, whatever behind the scenes stuff happened, she does not want to return to that. And that is where, for me, people are like, oh, she wasn't bullied or nothing happened to her. But for her to feel this strongly of not coming back, and for her to still feel like a certain type of way, that whatever took place, whatever went on, and just the things that we were privy to, just the things that we kind of deduced from that, it's just crazy. And why would you go back to a show, you guys, that put out the most disgusting rumors and the most disgusting things that they could think of in hopes to really destroy everything that you have built, everything that you've worked for? And it's funny now because everybody was like, oh, one monkey don't stop the show, this and that. But now allegedly people are wanting Mel back. Because now certain people can't take the heat. See, when people want to be the star of the show, when people think they can carry the show, when people think they can anchor a show, they don't understand everything that comes with that. They don't understand that you're going to be the spotlight now. You're going to be the spotlight storyline. And they're going to attack you from every which way and every angle. And that's not even leading up. That's not even before the reunion. The reunion's a whole nother different animal. And it sounds like some people can't handle it. Which is why they're bringing that commentary to Mel that sure missed on the show. Because people know that Mel was the most authentic and revealing all of everything that's taken place with her and Martell over the last 9 seasons that everybody got to get a check off of, that everybody got to eat off of, right? But now all of a sudden, if it turns on y'all, now y'all turn on each other, or no, y'all can't handle the pressure. No. But y'all said it was Mel this, it was Mel that, it was Mel that was doing this, it was Mel that was doing that. But now the spotlight is on y'all, and now it's, oh, we miss Mel. Oh, Mel can come back to the show anytime. The door's always open. No. Because y'all don't like the product that y'all have put out since her departure. Y'all have regurgitated, I presume, the same tired storylines, but now the difference is, without the focus on Mel and Tel this time, without Martell being the one to bash his ex, without Martell being the one to try to turn the cast against everybody, without dealing with all of the rigmarole, and now it's Martell against everybody else. Now it's Martell spotlighting everybody else. Now it's a problem. But y'all have nobody to blame but yourselves. Y'all let jealousy and envy and negativity and insecurities torpedo and ruin something good, you guys. And I don't want to hear the nonsense of the social media component and everything else, because at the end of the day, all reality stars utilize different people in these social media spaces to push whatever agenda they want forward. There are several people that have certain relationships in the media space with different reality stars, and that is why reality stars, that is why celebrities, when they do interviews, they go to certain publications, they go to certain media. Everybody's got somebody, but y'all wanted to make it seem like, oh, it was Mel doing this, it was Mel feeding storylines, it was Mel doing this and da-da-da-da-da. But when it was other people, y'all immediately got rid of them. Or when it was other people, y'all didn't say nothing. So I get why Mel is like, listen, look at here, like, I'm still healing myself. I am still, for my peace, for my mental health, for everything else, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to throw myself into something else. It is okay to start over. It is okay to do X, Y, and Z. It is okay to prioritize X, Y, and Z. But I am done. She is grateful that y'all miss her. She is grateful and humbled that y'all think that, you know, she made this thing rock. That she told the truth and she put her blood, sweat, and tears into it and really risked everything for it, right? But she's done. And you can tell the sense of peace and just moving on and the excitement as she talks about Sharnita's World Season 2, and she talks about her new music dropping, and she talks about all these things. Now, also, remember, she's got a movie that she's into. Also, the rumors on whether or not she's going to be a part of the Child Care Cartel show or whatever else the case may be with that. But I am happy for Mel. I am happy that she's happy. And it sounds like, you know, for her, she's protecting her peace. I think if Mel had a better experience, I think if Mel was treated better, I think if there was just one ally even she had on that show, like for real. Because when you think about it, these are all Martell's friends. These are all Martell's people. These are all Martell's, you know, people, right? But if she had an actual friend and not somebody who switched up on her when the cameras turned on, if there was an actual friend, an actual ally that could be there, that could be toe-to-toe when it came to Mel, that's one thing. But when it gets to a point after 9 seasons that you have to bring on Shanita and you have to bring on Lauren and all these other people because there is nobody in the cast that has your back, and anytime they interact with you, they want to bring up Martell, they want to bring up the concubine, they don't want to talk anything that you've got going on currently, post-divorce, over 5 years divorce. They don't want to talk about how you're doing. They don't want to talk about how the kids are doing. They want to regurgitate stuff from the past. There was no point for Mel to come back. Because these people did not want to have a genuine friendship and a genuine bond with her, you guys. So what is she going back to? For you guys to regurgitate the same stuff over and over and bring up the mistress and bring up the cheating of her ex-husband that she left? What is the point of that? That is why I had pitched all the people that had left these shows, that had left Bell Collective, like Akeisha and Soguchi, and Mel, and also Winter from Love and Marriage DC, and all the people who have left that production company shows. And I said they could do like a little, ensemble show of all of the ladies and what they've got going on and how they're building their friendship and building a bond, of already being on reality TV shows before, but now bonding together, but having a healthy experience, having a completely different production company that is going to facilitate a healthy working environment. And not just bringing any old kind of rumor to the show to slander and defame somebody. Not regurgitating a tumultuous marriage, a tumultuous thing that she had left for good. She divorced that man for good. But focusing on the now and what's coming in the future. And what the bonds are. What real sisterhood is, you guys. That is what the show needed to pivot to. The show needed to pivot once Mel said that her and Martell were getting a divorce. They needed to have Martell be free from the show, and they needed to go into a different direction, and they needed to facilitate sisterhood. They needed to facilitate being supportive of one another, not being jealous of one another, not hating one another. And that is where the ball was dropped. Instead, they focused on the negativity of everything that a divorce and a custody battle goes through, and instead you force the ex, because by still having the ex-husband on the show and that's his friends, they're obviously going to choose his side. So literally you have somebody on an island that is going through a divorce, that is going through a custody battle, and they don't have any allies. So how is it supposed to be fun for them to film this reality show? And anytime they film with the cast is bringing up lies that their ex, that they're in a custody battle with, is telling them. How are you supposed to build on a friendship like that? How are you supposed to maintain and sustain a friendship like that? And then you let social media get involved and get in your ear, and then you get an attitude. And you switch up. Then you're two-faced. Then you gossip behind their backs. No. So all of these things, you guys, is why Mel's not going back. Now, if she does reality TV again, it won't be the show. That's a whole nother conversation. But the toxicity that really kind of just let seep in, to where they just wanted to drag out every nook and cranny that they could out of Mel and sit back and eat popcorn and drink wine as their business was not out there, is now you're seeing the ramifications of when that happens. Now they're doing the same thing to other people, and they don't like that. Make it make sense. So there is that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.